Welcome, 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 folks. This is the month of December. We're so happy to be back here with you on a Tuesday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 Central Time. This is Coach T. You know that's my girl, Coach Kim. We rocking our hats today. We just wanted to let y'all know that, right? We rocking our hats today. Mine definitely says Coach T with red glasses, and I have red glasses on today, so that's kind of funny. Anyway, so this month of December, we came up with a phrase to kind of help you guys out with regard to what we're going to be doing. And it starts about stop talking about it and be about it. So today's topic is about those guilty pleasures. But before we get into that, let me introduce who I am. I am Coach T, Terrell Sally Holloman. I own and a founder of Living Loving You Well. I help beautiful, sophisticated, personable, professional women help them heal their bodies utilizing the blood type way of doing it so that they can crank out that disease that might be going on in their bodies. And I help them do it in a biblical fashion so that they can thrive unapologetically while they're here on this earth. So over to you, Coach Kim. Definitely introduce yourself and then we'll get started. All right, now I love that. Relieve them from financial distress. All right, so talking about guilt, and guilt is a big word that I feel, especially women. We kind of put on this cape that we got to save the world, that we got to be super women, that we got to be strong. But there's a lot of times in our lives that we feel guilty about the things we do, and certain things, yeah, they call it guilty pleasures. So since we just last month finished Thanksgiving, and some of us still have the hangover, the turkey hangover, the mashed potatoes, the potato salad, all that good stuff, and all the sweets still hanging over. There's those guilty pleasures that we indulge with that sometimes is really not honoring our health. So we just want to talk a little bit about them and kind of bring it to the forefront so we could, you know, find some kind of ways of overcoming this. So the first one I want to talk about, Coach Kim always jumps in on how we do is, I'm all about eating for your blood type. So I'm going to talk about the food, okay? And the guilty pleasures comes a lot around this holiday season because we're dealing with the pies, the ice cream, the cakes, the cookies, the sweet, the savory, and a lot of us are probably going to office parties, they're having these big spreads of buffet style eating. We're going to restaurants, and some of us are drinking wine and liquor. And believe it or not, liquor adds calories to your body because most of them have some kind of sugar in them. And I just want you to be conscious of that because food can be a real, real good comfort. And that's sometimes a guilty pleasure on not what we want to get done as we move forward through this month into the new calendar year. So, Coach Kim, what you got for some guilty pleasures, girl? Mm, Yeah, that is a walk-in sign that a person who loves to shop wants to see SALE, and then they tend to buy more of it. And that's also in the food, grocery shopping, right? The 2-for-1 sale to get the digital coupon. You know you don't need it, but you're going to buy two and three of them because it's now $1.97 instead of $5.99 or something crazy like that. So, yeah, I agree with you. And then, it's almost this when we talk about food, and I'm going to mention some other things, but when we talk about food and we're around our friends and our family, sometimes we feel like we need to cave in, like, well, they're eating it. I guess I should be eating it too, right? We start feeling, and then we have folks, I call them, oh gosh, forgive me for saying this, but this is what I call them. We have energy zappers that will zap your energy because they continue to bully you to eat the food that you know darn well you're not supposed to be eating, and for yourself it's a guilty pleasure, but at the same time, you already had enough of the guilty pleasure and you have to put a stop to it. So be careful of those energy zappers or those food pushers in your lives that will continue to do that to you and make you feel a certain way when you don't need to. Also, a guilty pleasure we're thinking about is binging TV. Now, I'm guilty of this. I'm guilty of this. I'll find a show, girl, and I'll put on that Netflix, and it's 6 hours later. I'm still now, what kind of value is that really, right? It's just sometimes just to take me, like they say, Calgon, take me away. Or people might invest in money in terms of concerts. I've heard people invest anywhere from $250 to $1,000 for a concert ticket for a major entertainer. And these can be guilty pleasures in our lives. We're not saying, and I just want to make sure we point out, we're not saying for you to completely not enjoy life. We're not saying that. We also want you to honor your health in the process of it. If it's going to cost you debt load of money because you're putting out money for entertainment purposes, right, Coach Kim? The concerts or the fact that your bill in terms of your cable bill because you got the Xbox, you got, the games on it, you got everything, and it's going to um, cause upheaval in your household, then maybe that's something that you need to kind of reconsider on that too. So I'm gonna put it over back to you, Coach Kim, in reference to what I just said. Girl, you doing real good. Don't come, don't come. Yeah, I love that social media. I've actually taken some steps back off of social media and designating certain times of the day where I'll actually, go on to Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube and either post content or actually, reply to people's posts because it does take up a lot of your time. And it can be, like you said, it can be something that becomes a rabbit hole. You just kind of go into it. You start with one post, and then you 20 posts later, and it's like a half an hour or 60 minutes when you didn't do that. So time blocking helps with that. And also, sometimes we're doing these guilty pleasures can promote procrastination on stuff that we really need to get done. Now, if y'all need to know more about procrastination, we did a show in October in reference to that. So make sure you check that out so that you can get more information on that and stuff like that. But, time wasting or time on things that have little value, can eat up the time. And when we think about time, we can't get time back. It's those moments that we want to create that give us value. And talking about that, we have a show on December 19th that I would love for you guys to show up in and bring your friends and have your family and share it out because we're going to have our friends here talking about that. So I just kind of promoting that too. And if I haven't promoted it already, take some time right now because we're on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Please share it out with a friend or a colleague or someone in your family and let them know that we're here, again at 4:30 just to help you honoring your health and keeping it on track and subscribe to our YouTube channels. Okay, mine is Coach T at Living Loving You Well 5190, and of course, Coach Kim is Nickels and Dime Solutions. So, either way, we would love for you to do that. So go ahead, Coach Kim. Mm, mhm. When you talk about time is precious and we are precious, we are precious, and each one of us are different. But all in all, when you get down to it, um, our human part of it, the flesh part wants the pleasure all the time. And we as we have learned, and I love this favorite verse for myself in terms of scripture, and I have to say it constantly is, Second Timothy 1:7 is, God didn't make us in the spirit of fear, but he gave us the power of love and sound mind. So it's all about disciplining ourselves, especially with our voices and what we say to people, because getting into arguments, like you said, Coach Kim, can really offend somebody and can really hurt. And then there's unforgiveness. That's a whole different topic. If you did not hear the one we did earlier last month with our group, I definitely would suggest you go on and see that one too, because we talked about how to forgive during the holiday season. But just to say, guilty pleasures, we named quite a few. Now it's up to you, our viewing audience, to take those and see what you can do to overcome them. And I would say pray. That's the first thing. Pray. Second thing is get around other people that you know that's going to keep you accountable. Okay. We talked about that word 100 million times, accountability. Third, make a decision. It doesn't always have to be about you being right, and right also could be the fact of taking a piece of food that food pusher is giving you and telling them no, thank you, and standing up for yourself. Use your voice. It's okay to use your voice. So, with that, I just want to share what we got going on. I'm going to put it in our ticker tape because um, I know that Coach Kim has a great workshop coming up, and I'm really excited for her to talk about that and let everybody know what she's doing financially speaking to help help the ladies really get back on track in terms of transition. So go ahead, Coach Kim. And yes, I have up here the most recent book that just flew out. I'm a published author. It's called Embarrassed to Empowered: A Healing Lupus Story. That's the link right there. It's on my website. I'm so excited to share this story. A lot of ups and downs, but God brought me through, and I really would love for you to pick this up for yourself, or you might know someone dealing with a health challenge. It does not have to be an autoimmune challenge at all. It could be anywhere from hypertension, diabetes, cancer, whatever. I'm sure that person would definitely find something relatable in my story to help them overcome and give them some hope. So, give it for a gift. This is the holiday season of gift and giving, and I would really appreciate your help in this movement I have right now in terms of keeping people healthy and helping them honor their health. So thank you so much, as always, my girl, Coach Kim, for being in this with me. And each and every week we come to you, giving you great value and spread this love to other people. Like I said, put on your notifications to let yourself know as we pop up on the different feeds of Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube that we're coming. Subscribe to all our channels. Find out what we're doing. Find out how we can help serve you. All right. So everybody be good. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye now.